the stage our final moderator of the day and the convention, Jay Schwartz.
Good afternoon, everyone. So my name is Jay. I've worked with Scott for almost 40 years now, and we're gonna do a little different now. No moderation from me. Scott's gonna come out, and we're just gonna open it up to questions. Okay?
Oh, wow.
Woo. Everybody got set?
Wow.
Ask your question. Right. Scott?
Mr. Quantum Leap, yes sir. Woo! Yes sir. Scott Backula.
Hello.
Yes sir. Hello.
I haven't been here since Backula. That's what we're going to do today. We're going to yell out. I'm not even going to say the name. That Klingon language. Hey, who was here in 2016? Yeah! That's pretty good. It's the last time I was here. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I was shooting a little show called NCIS New Orleans at the time. Woo! And I flew up here on my day off, and we had a little good time back then, and then I flew right back down and kept working. Wow. So it's really good to be back. Not much has happened in the last 9 years, so little things came in between reality and these kinds of events. But I have to say, just to start off, that it's so good to be back. I haven't done a convention since then. So thank you for not doing a convention, or? Oh, okay, all right. No, I'm very happy to be here. And I just want to, so many people have been saying so nice of me to be here and so nice to come and everything. But the reality is this doesn't happen unless you all are here. So I thank you all for being here and watching these shows and watching my shows and caring so much about science fiction in general. I've done a few of those kinds of shows in my career, and I love this world and the imagination of this world and what it means to all of us, and me growing up as a kid and never dreaming that I'd have a chance to participate in anything like this. So I'm grateful to be here, and I love that you all are happy I'm here, but it's really a thrill to be back here. So with that, I like to just see what people are thinking, and I don't know how will this go side to side. I'll follow the spotlight. You're up. Hello there, your mic's not on, but, well, I can hear you. We'll give it a...
You talk pretty loud. Oh,
there you go.
So I'm a meteorologist, and I was wondering, what's the wildest weather you've had to work in your career?
We had a day in New Orleans, oddly enough, and is that the wildest? Yeah, pretty much. You remember that little hurricane that hit Houston a few years ago? We were shooting on the Mississippi that afternoon and shooting as fast as we could to get out of there. And that was probably, work-wise, that was the strangest day, because it was really whipping up in New Orleans, nothing like they got in Houston. But it was crazy. And then we rode 7 years down there, and the last season we had a Cat 3 hit, I think, and I was in my apartment when that hit, and that only lasted for like an hour. But I cannot imagine it lasting for 24 hours. And what the people that go through those kinds of things have to deal with, because every second of that hour I was expecting the glass doors, the patio doors to break and shatter, and the elements would come in. But so weather is a scary thing, And the weather that's happening on our planet in the last few years is just getting scarier and scarier. And we have to not only be prepared for it, but what we do better than most places on the planet, we take care of each other when bad things happen, and that continues to occur, and you feel so good about humanity when people rise up and take care of their neighbors. So thank you for that question. Thanks for being a meteorologist. Keep your job. We need meteorologists. They're a lot smarter than me. Hello.
Hi. How are you?
The spotlight's coming to you. I'm good. I'm good. How are you?
I'm well. Thank you for asking. I'm here instead of my brother. He would love to ask you this question, but sadly he had to go back early.
Oh, okay.
You're his favorite captain. He absolutely loves your work.
Thank you. You had to say that, but thank you.
And your contributions to sci-fi with Quantum Leap. And anyways, to the question
Thank you.
at hand.
I'm your favorite captain who's on stage right now. I think it's written somewhere in the annals of show business, never follow Shatner on stage. Because he is the greatest of all time. But anyway, I'm here. That's all we got right now. But thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah. So the question that he wanted to ask you was, throughout your time on Enterprise and playing Captain Jonathan Archer, was there ever a point where Jonathan Archer and yourself were completely different people?
Oh, yeah, many times. I mean, Archer took a couple of dark turns on his way, and I'd like to think that that's not something that I have necessarily inside of me. And I haven't been tested in my life, to know the answer to that. But the stuff that happened the last couple of seasons that he pedaled to the metal, were things that were, fun's not the right word, but kind of fun to play.
Yeah.
But to imagine having to go to those extremes is something that I haven't gone through. Good question.
Thank you.
Tell him, I hope he got wherever he's going.
Oh, of
Safely.
course, I'll let him know.
Okay, all right, next.
Hi Scott, thank you for being here.
Happy to be.
Based on the outtakes that were released, it looks like you guys had a lot of fun shooting Murphy Brown. Can you share any of your experiences or stories about that?
Oh my gosh, that was such a great memory. That's the first show I think I did after Quantum Leap was over, and they called and they said, "You want to do Murphy Brown?" And I'd done a bunch of half-hour things before. Half hour was like my transition from New York theater and musical theater to Los Angeles, because it felt like you had a lot, back in the day you had a live audience, and it felt like you were still performing, and so in front of an audience, and I felt comfortable in that. That cast was insanely talented. It was an honor to be on that show, and Candice Bergen is just the greatest lady that I've met in our business almost. I mean, she was just extraordinary, so talented, so funny, so down to earth, and she made me feel so comfortable because I was kind of coming in and I really only dealt with her for the most part. But we just had fun, and there was a scene where I came out naked on the balcony when somebody was at the front door and I came out from our bedroom, and I just remember that I was standing like behind a little something on the banister, but I had a towel on, but I dropped the towel, and everybody thought, hey, he's gonna be naked, but I had the other thing in front of me. It was kind of one of those double fakes, but it made her laugh, so it was good. The fact that I dropped my towel made her laugh, which maybe is not good. But anyway, that's Candice. Anyway, I love that show. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Hi Scott, great to meet you. I'm a big fan of Quantum Leap. Question is, what's your most memorable experience on Quantum Leap? Thank you.
Well, this is gonna maybe be a loud. You want a specific? My most memorable experience about Quantum Leap was working with Dean Stockwell.
Yes. Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah. So, and I haven't done one of these things since Dean passed, and that was a hard thing to be, be so far away from him when he did pass. I got to see him a little bit before he left town. We had a lunch together, and that I'll never forget that. But Dean is just the greatest. And if you don't mind if I talk about Quantum for just another second.
Most definitely, yes.
I was at Don Bellisario's 90th birthday party last night, and I mean, it was in true Don fashion. There's a full orchestra in his backyard, and a couple hundred people, and it was really great. I got a lot of questions last night about Quantum Leap, and one of my favorite episodes is Catch a Falling Star. Yeah, that Don directed, which was a Man of La Mancha episode, it was just, we had so much fun on that show, and I just wish everybody in the world could have had a moment with Dean Stockwell, because he was unique and special and cared so much about the planet. I thought I cared about the planet, and then I met Dean, and I just like every day was kind of an inspiration. And he lived his life with purpose and joyfully, and he loved acting and being in the business, and we just had the best time. So thanks for asking that question, and I miss you, Dean.
Thank you.
Dean is not down with Leonard Nimoy. Dean is up there. I mean, I'm signing autographs in the corner over here, and I'm hearing Bill talk about Leonard being in hell, and I'm like, what? I'm sorry. What would you say? What is your name? Leonard Nimoy is in hell. How does that ever possibly happen? But anyway, I digress. Yes.
Hi Scott, thanks for being here. I have a couple of questions. The first one is, what are your favorite practical jokes on Star Trek Enterprise? And second is, what's the story behind the Rocky Horror Picture Show photo with you on the bridge dressed in drag?
Yeah.
We had a lot of fun on that show. But every Halloween, every department tried to outdo another department for costumes, so each department would pick a theme. And not regularly, but every once in a while I got drafted by the hair and makeup department. And there I was. In fact, a little known fact with Rocky Horror Picture Show, years ago when I was in New York getting started, I auditioned for a national tour of arenas of the Rocky Horror Picture Show. And I got cast as Rocky. Yes, and thank goodness I said no. Because I don't think I would be here today. Because that was a wild scene. For those of you who are mature enough to remember the beginning of the Rocky Horror Picture Show craze, it was insanity. And it was right at the height of that, and at my age, going out into that world in an arena setting, I think I might have made a few bad choices. So, because you can't work all day long. Ironically, then they picked that movie, and Connor was Rocky, right? He was in that picture, if I'm not mistaken. He had a blonde wig on, and I'm pretty sure. Pull that up on those little computers in your pocket that we invented on Quantum Leap. No. There was another show called, Star Trek that had it. But I digress. Funny things on which show? On
Enterprise. On Enterprise. Your favorite practical jokes on Enterprise.
Oh man, I can't think of anything right now that I want to tell. I owe you that. I owe you. Thank you. Yeah.
He said that I want
Hi,
to.
I'm Jessie.
Hi,
And I'm Morgan.
Becky and Morgan.
And
Sounds like a law firm.
we are so grateful for your contributions to this franchise. And I was just curious, in your time on Enterprise, what is something that you really learned from the experience that you've carried with you since?
Wow. Well, I think the general philosophy of the Star Trek world that Gene started a long time ago, it never rings more true than today. When we see, and I'm not going to get political, I'm just going to talk planet. It's astounding to me that we don't get along on this planet yet. It makes no sense. It's never going to work long run. We're going to eventually have to adapt that philosophy and call it what you want to call it. We have a United Nations that's relatively powerless, but the world, we're going to eventually have to evolve into that situation, I believe, to succeed and live where we all work together. One country isn't better than the other country, and we all share the same water, the same air, all of that stuff, and stop screwing around. And it's never, sadly, we don't seem to be edging close to it at all. But people believe in it, and someday some people hopefully will rise and generate a situation where we can accomplish that. Because we have a beautiful planet filled with beautiful spirits that are unique. We're like snowflakes. For a few more years anyway, before we start generating new people that we can make. But right now, we're all uniquely special. And I hope that we can maintain that and survive what we're going through now and rise to the top and live in a peaceful place that is beautiful for everybody, not just at 1%. Thank you.
Tom here.
Hi, Tom. Tom, is here your last name or?
Nope.
Okay.
Yep. A few years ago, before the time of CGI, I was shooting you with lasers on Infiltrator.
Oh, holy cow.
A while
yes, we're pulling old stuff out.
Yeah.
I'm lucky I can remember any of it.
Yeah, so, and you were kind of scared because they were high-powered lasers, and I told you they wouldn't hurt you as long as you didn't stand still in the beat.
As long as you didn't hit me in the eyeball with them, they could possibly hurt me.
Yeah, but can we get that show? I mean, is it streaming on media or anywhere? Because, I mean, I have a VHS copy when it aired, but that's it.
My answer is I have no idea. I don't know. I don't know what happened.
Long forgotten.
No, not forgotten. I love doing that show. I have many crazy memories about doing that show. The best memory is the day we had if you haven't seen The Infiltrator, it was a remake of The Infiltrator from 1967 maybe, and the aliens are among us, where they are, the flies follow them. They also smoke like fiends. That's how you know that they're there. But we had a scene where I got on a bus, and all of a sudden I was on an old bus, and I realized there were thousands of flies in the bus. And I realized that I was, the people in the bus were aliens around me. In show business, in order to get thousands of flies, you have to have a fly wrangler, who I don't know how, but shows up with thousands of flies that he's hatched, timed out to the day that we're shooting the scene in the bus, that he then carries in crates and boxes into the bus and releases, which was, and he got paid for that. The funny part of it is, because you have to love what you do, at the end of the day, he threw open the back of the station wagon and the doors and said, "Okay, everybody back in."
Yeah.
Pretty good for a fly wrangler. I thought that was pretty good. Thank you.
It's a fan.
Thank you. I never forgot that, Jeff. Okay.
Hi, Scott. My name is Jay. I'm from Phoenix. I'm on the autism spectrum, 32 years this November.
Welcome, Jay.
Yeah,
Glad you're here.
I also want to say thank you for taking the time for myself and everyone who had a picture with you earlier today.
My pleasure.
As such. It's 20 years since In a Mirror Darkly, and that is my favorite episode of Enterprise ever.
Thank you.
I wanted to ask, and I asked something similar to Linda when she was here many years ago. What was it like for you to step onto the classic Star Trek bridge, to sit in the, not only sit in the chair, but also put on an iconic uniform? What was that for you?
It was great. We had so much fun with that episode. It's one of my favorites. Michael Sussman wrote it, if I'm not mistaken, and he's around in the room next door, I think. And it was great. It was really great to see everybody on the lot just come and congregate around that stage and come in and get people from, accounting, from wherever. They came in and they got their pictures taken. It was just kind of magical. As magical as it was every day being on a starship as your set. I mean, my kids have the best memories of running around when they were little, like climbing the ladders and getting in the chair and making the stuff spin and everything. Being back in that old set that I remember from my childhood, that hooked me on the show, was really fun. And then playing the altered state of it all it was one of my favorites. It was great. Thanks for asking that question.
You're very welcome.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Take care, Jen.